here I am in my drawing room, which I thought I'd tell you a bit more about and how it came to be and how I decorated it in the way that it's been decorated. So the point of this room is it's actually an entertaining room. There's no television in here whatsoever. So it's literally coming in here and being sociable, having a drink before dinner. It's a really fun room. We've had some great parties in here, and my sons love coming in here with their friends. So it works brilliantly and it's used a lot. So to start with, the reason how I've made it or helped to make it more sociable is I put all the chairs in a sort of U shape. So it means that you can sit in all the chairs and everybody can talk to each other at the same time, or you can talk to each other, whoever you're sitting next to. And I also added in other seating areas as well. So I've got a really good fireside seat, which is made out of horse saddle leather. And then I've got funny little sort of stool things, which I got from, I can't remember where I got them from now. I put the link down below. But anyway, they're really useful little drum stools. And I move those around so people can either sit on them, they can use them as a drinks table, whatever they want. They work so well. So you can sort of move things around. Actually, you can seat quite a lot of people in here. So it makes it a really, really comfortable room. So the decorating front, it sort of evolved over the years because I started off and I painted it green because everybody always asks me what colour paint it is that I used. So I painted it during COVID, so it's quite a long time ago now. And it was called Invisible Green by Edward Bulmer. And this green, I have to say, is quite striking, and this room is quite striking. And if you notice the colours that I've used, it's like a green, a red and a blue. So I've just kept it quite sort of blocky colours. So I haven't put too much pattern in here. So I've actually sort of reduced the pattern in here, because before I sort of I got some horrible, well, they weren't horrible, they were really comfortable, but they were completely wrong for the room. And I got these sofas from eBay and they were far too big and they were like a yellowy colour and I never really liked them. And so I got rid of them and I thought, right, I'm going to put in something that I know is going to work really well in this room. So I got some sofas made from a fantastic company called Balmain and Balmain, and they make really good, proper, comfortable sofas. So I got these made so they were going to fit the room properly in proportion, and they make the room feel more comfortable, and they weren't being pushed right far back so you couldn't close the curtains. So I've done that, and then on the sofas, I've actually put sort of old pashminas on the back because I think that's quite a good way of sort of adding a bit of layering and making it look a bit more characterful. And again, all the cushions I've just kept quite simple, and I just use one fabric for all the cushions. So they don't feel like you've got 6 million cushions to battle with when you're sitting on the sofa. And then I also had some chairs which I had recovered in like a pinky red plain fabric with a blue trim. And they connect really well, and they sort of add something different to the chair so not everything looks all the same. So this room is basically, it's all the comfort factor is so important. So every time, if you think about when I do a drawing room or a reception room, you need to be able to sit in your seat. You need to be able to put your drink somewhere really comfortable without having to stretch too far. You can literally put your drink comfortably next to you. And ideally, if you do have a light of some form, so if you wanted to sit and read the papers on a Sunday, you could come in here, sit and relax, have your cup of coffee and read the newspapers, or in the evening when it's getting dark. I think it's really important. So the lighting's really important. So I've got lots of lamps in here, and I've sort of connected them by using the same fabric for them, which is my fabric called Not Tom Tom fabric, and I've had them pleated, and they're quite big shades. I think they fit the room well, again, proportionally. And then I've spent quite a lot of money on the lamp bases, which I love, which I got from Vaughan in London. And they're just a classic shape. They will be timeless and I'll never get rid of them, and I absolutely love them. And then also I've used the fabric, my fabric for the curtains. So I've just done simple pinch pleat curtains, and I've just put of my fabric, and then I put blue pom-poms going down the leading edge. So everything is sort of relating to each other. So the furnishings in the room are either green or either blue or red. And then the main bit of the room is green. So it makes it all feel quite striking. And then the other textures and things in the room are the things like the brown furniture, which is all inherited. And I have to say, it's so beautifully well made. I love it. And I love the sort of feel you get from using brown furniture. I'm not really a modern person, so I'm always going to be using traditional versions of things. But then, for instance, this bit of furniture here, it was my father used to use it as his desk. And I used to see him sitting there every time I used to go into his sitting area. And I loved it. And actually, it was made from old wood from a shipwreck from the Farne Islands, which is actually very near here. So I love that this piece of furniture brings back so many memories. And then we've got the piano, which takes up quite a bit of room. And that was actually a wedding present to my husband's grandmother for her 21st birthday. So as you can tell, everything tells a story. And I think it's really important to have that in a room. And I think you need to decorate for you, and you need to put things in that mean things for you and make you feel good and make you feel happy. I mean, all the pictures and things on the walls, they have lots of meaning. Like my uncle, he painted some pictures in here, and then we have some pictures that my grandparents got of Northumberland, and they got that as a wedding present. And then I have a picture of an Arab, and that picture was actually given to my great aunt by Lawrence of Arabia, because she used to work for Lawrence of Arabia. So that tells a story. And then things like I have my great-great-grandfather called John Tolton Leather, who was a Victorian industrialist, and he built things like Portland Bill and stuff like that. So, you know, everything's got a story, it's fun. You know, it means so much, and it's a nice thing to be able to pass down to your children. So anyway, the other things I've got in this room, I'd say the only thing I could do is I've got the carpets and the rugs, and I put rugs down on the carpets, which can move around a bit. So I try and get a heavy rug if possible. This one I've got is from ochre, which I do love. It's slightly faded over the years, but that's fine. It doesn't matter if somebody spills something on it. You know, it wasn't massively expensive. You know, it's been used a lot. So if something does get spilled, we just get the scrubbing brush out. It's not the end of the world. And the same with the fabric on the sofas. That's actually washable. It's Linara fabric from Romo, and that's great because that can be washed as well. So there's nothing really precious in this room. It doesn't matter if it's spilt or broken, which I think people who've had a bit of alcohol tend to fall over, and things do happen. So I really made this room to try and be comfortable, sociable, and somewhere that's relaxing. So there's no telly. It's just literally everyone comes in here in the winter and the fire's on, and it's so cozy in here. It's absolutely gorgeous. And it's just fits lots of people in. So it means we can have a lot of people. And then we've got the hallway as well outside, which we use as well. But I think, you know, doing a room, it's create what you feel like, what you feel comfortable in. Don't worry about what anyone else says. You decorate for what you do. That's what I do. And I think that it's fun having a starting point or finding some fabric that you really like and then going from there. But anyway, it's fun decorating. I hope you enjoyed having a look around this room. I'll be going around all the other rooms in my house. So do subscribe, as they say. I have never said that before, but do subscribe to my YouTube channel if you'd be interested to see the rest of my house.